I reach the last batch of dosa batter, I almost always turn it into paniyaram, paddu or appe. And honestly, paniyaram made from the last batch of dosa batter always tastes extra good. So today I'm sharing exactly how I make it. Welcome to Cooking Sorted, where we make cooking simple with the right ingredients and the right methods. Let's get started. To begin, I'm using about 600 grams of dosa batter, and this recipe makes around 25 to 30 paniyaram or paddu. For the tempering, you'll need 2 large onions finely chopped. I love that crunch that comes in between, so I add a little extra. 2 tablespoons oil for tempering and cooking. 1 teaspoon mustard seeds. 2 teaspoons chana dal, optional if you enjoy that bite. 1 teaspoon asafoetida. 5 green chilies. 1 inch ginger, both finely chopped. 1 teaspoon salt. Handful of coriander leaves. 15 curry leaves and less than half a handful of dill leaves finely chopped. Let's get started with the recipe. Place a kadai or a pan on the stove and add 1 tablespoon of oil. As the oil heats up and tiny bubbles appear, add the mustard seeds and chana dal and allow them to splutter. When the chana dal turns slightly golden, add the green chilies and ginger. Keep the flame on simmer and saute for about a minute or until aromatic. Add the asafoetida at this stage. The video, I forgot to add it at this stage and added it later, but ideally add it here. Continue sauteing until the ginger and chilies turn slightly crisp. Increase the flame to medium-high and add the onions. Saute just until they soften while still retaining a bit of texture. At this stage, add the curry leaves, coriander leaves, dill leaves and salt and cook until the onions turn translucent. Now that the onions have turned translucent, then switch off the flame and add this tempering to the dosa batter and mix gently. Combine everything well but avoid over-mixing. Now the batter is ready and let's start by cooking the paniyaram. First, heat the paniyaram or paddu pan well and add about half a teaspoon of oil into each mold. And wait until tiny bubbles form. Keep the flame on simmer and fill each mold about 3/4 full with the batter. Cover with a lid, increase the flame slightly to medium and let it cook. When you see bubbles forming on the surface and the paniyaram rising, lower the flame back to simmer. Flip them gently using a skewer or tweezers. And after flipping, increase the flame to medium-high and cook for about a minute. Once they are golden and cooked through, transfer them to a bowl. That's it. Our paniyaram or paddu is ready to be served. This pairs beautifully with the classic coconut chutney or kara chutney or even tomato chutney. Let us also make the coconut chutney that pairs beautifully with this paniyaram. To make this coconut chutney, you will need 50 grams coconut, 1 teaspoon salt, a pea-sized piece of tamarind, 2 small shallots, 4 green chilies, 2 teaspoons oil, half a teaspoon mustard seeds and 6 to 8 curry leaves. Add the coconut, green chilies, salt, tamarind and shallots into a mixer jar. I prefer starting with dry grinding and gradually add water and grind to a smooth paste. This chutney needs about 150 ml of water. Transfer the chutney to a bowl and for the tempering, let's heat a small pan with oil over medium flame. Once hot, add the mustard seeds and let them splutter. Reduce the flame to simmer, add the curry leaves and saute until they turn crisp. Once the tempering is ready, pour it over the chutney and mix well. And that's it. Soft, fluffy paniyaram made from the last batch of dosa batter paired with a simple, flavorful and classic coconut chutney is ready. This combination never fails. It's comforting, easy and a great way to make sure that the last bit of batter never goes to waste. Do try this recipe and let me know in the comments how it turned out for you. And if you have your own way of making paniyaram, please share it. I would love to explore and try out new methods.